I help entrepreneurs and busy sales professionals increase their results. So, I want to talk to you today about this whole sales philosophy. And I'm going to share with you my perception of this because it might just pivot and make that impression in your mind. So, the next conversation you have, you're not coming from a salesy perspective or that you have to close or get the client or get the deal or whatever the traditional training and sales, training and philosophies are. I think there's so much information out there today, especially for sales professionals, entrepreneurs, people that are wanting to grow and obviously get more business, right? But the way that we've been told or taught to go sell, you walk into a room of people networking and they're like, what do you do? What do you do? Right. And you're exchanging business cards and they start selling you right away. And I think that's softened a little bit over the years, but I'm going to give you my perception about selling, and I want you to either take a physical note or a mental note on this. Now, a salesperson is you, is me, is an entrepreneur, is a business professional. But I want you to think about it this way. Okay. Nobody likes to feel sold. It feels slimy. It feels icky. And I'm going to give you an example of this. Have you ever walked into a department store, let's say, and somebody comes running up to you and they're like, "Oh, let me show you this fragrance or this thing," and they're trying to hand you something. And, typically the first thing people do is go, "Yeah, no, 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 no." And I want you to think about this because if you're somebody sharing a solution and you have a service or a product, nobody likes to feel sold, even you. Okay. Even me. It's a big turnoff, right? So we go, yeah, no, thanks. And we keep walking. And then they're like, hey, whatever. That is the old model of selling your services, selling your product, what have you, right? And then there's other people that are like, hi, right? Now, that's one scenario. Now I want you to look at a second philosophy I have, okay? Now, let's say you're walking in, I don't know, the Home Depot, a big store, a different kind of store, and you're walking in there and you see something like way up on a top shelf and you need it and you want it, but you can't reach it, you can't have access to it. Who is the first person you start looking for? You're looking for the salesperson, the assistant, the person there to help, just like the other person was like trying to, stick it in your face. And you're like, no, 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 no. But look at the difference. When you need something and you see value in something, they're a salesperson. I mean, they're not getting a commission. And again, you could use the same store. It doesn't matter. You could say a department store and it's way up there. You would do the same thing, right? So you're looking for that person and then you can't find someone and you're like, where's the sales guy? So I want you to understand salespeople are very needed. Entrepreneurs, your services are needed. Your products are needed. You have your own genius and your own thing you package and share with the world, which is fabulous. However, it's how you approach and how people feel, see, hear, and be with what you're sharing in your services, right? So if people have a need, they're going to search for that person, right? So I know for me, I work with entrepreneurs, I work with salespeople who really want to hit their peak performance. I'm not for everybody, but the people who get referred to me and find me and meet with me on Zoom, they're like, I need you because I can help them master their subconscious and their mind and then their strategies and get out of their own way, right? So there's a difference between push selling, you got to have it, you better do it, it's going to be on sale today. And, of course, now today we have a lot of things online, right? But there is a lot of that scarcity selling, and it still works for a lot of the masses. But I think people who are really authentic and they're really wanting to share their services and their solution, they're not coming from that pushy thing. Okay, so here's some tips for you to get more effective in your communication, more powerful in your message, and certainly clear in your product, whatever that is. If it's coaching, if it's a buy me in a box, if it's an online product, if it's a physical product, it doesn't really matter. And people buy people, quite frankly. So, one of the things I tell people is I want you to change the word from selling to sharing a solution. Okay. You don't have to sell. I don't want you to think of the money and walk into a room and be like, I got to close, five people or whatever. It's like, I'm going to share a solution that is going to impact and align with the right people. It's not everybody doesn't need to buy it, but the right people that buy it are going to be the right clients, right? It's a very different energy than going, I got to close and I got to get and I got to grab. And that really was the old philosophy of sales. It's a numbers game, make 100 calls. And some of you might be listening to that and saying, no, Cappy, that's how it is. That's fine if that's how you do business. But I don't feel that most people today are really hungry to be sold and pushed and feel icky when someone's, kind of shoving a product in their face or whatever. I think it's a much more communication connection way of building our business today. Okay. So you share the solution. And then, of course, there's a price tag. There's an investment of a person's time and money to have your product, your service, whatever. And I will tell you, you guys, I talk to so many entrepreneurs that cave when it comes to their price. And I think anybody who's willing to charge a high level price or a good price, whatever that is for you, low, high, and wherever you are, right? You have to be willing to also invest in yourself. You can't go ask somebody for a high ticket if you're looking to sell high ticket and then not go be willing to learn from one of the best in the business and go pay high ticket for something. You have to be in that balance of frequency of I'm going to charge a lot and yet I'm willing to invest a lot because that grows me 10 years that would have taken me a lot of time to figure out on my own if I could find the best person to get me there faster. So your money mindset is a direct reflection of your price point, your value in yourself, your worthiness when you share your solution. And I find a lot of times when I'm coaching people, they're like, well, and they kind of cave in that arena. So I just want you to know as an entrepreneur, you probably wear 50 hats as I do. We do a lot of things today. We have online, we have offline. I'm a speaker, I'm an author, I have lots of products I sell. It is a different world today. So I'm going to share with you as far as sharing your solution. Here's what I teach my clients. Pick 3 lanes that you're really good in and just get really good at them. And speaking of that, my new lane is YouTube. I've been on here a long time and I'm sharing solutions now. Please leave me a comment and say, way to go, thumbs up. Ask me a question because I'm telling you, the stronger that you get in your deliverable, in your share with your solution, and there's a price point and there's either a time investment or not, maybe they just get a physical product, that exchange of energy for you should empower you. You should never feel like you're like pushing or oh, I got to get a deal. So I'm going to leave you with one last really golden nugget in what I teach all my entrepreneur clients. You might want to write this down. Always be mindful of what you're coming from, never what you're going to. I'll say that again. Be mindful of what you're coming from. Are you coming from lack? Are you coming from scarcity? Are you coming from stress? Are you coming from, I got to get a deal? Or are you coming from, I'm here of service. I'm here to make a difference in people's lives. I'm here to align with the perfect client for me. And then you either do or you don't. No's okay too, right? It's like finding the right clients better than finding 2 of the wrong clients. That costs you way more time and money than finding and aligning with the right client. So your practice is be mindful. What am I coming from when I make a call, when I go on an appointment, when I meet with somebody, when I'm speaking or presenting? Then what is the energy I'm putting out there? Is it lack? Is it scarcity? Is it, you have to do this kind of energy? Or is it like, here's the gold, here's all the nuggets, it's going to land in the right laps. And then whoever wants to really excel their business 5 years faster than they could have or would have without me or without you, right? That's my client. That's your client. So I want you to practice that when you go out and share your solution instead of feeling pushy, instead of feeling like I gotta sell my services and I'm not a salesperson. I see a lot of people when it comes time to connect. And if you want to call it close or sign the deal or make a decision, your job is to help other people make decisions. So if you don't want to feel pushy or salesy, the reality is you do have to share solutions. And part of that comes with that connection to say, are you in or are you out? Here's my system. Here's my product. Here's my price point. Is this work going to work for you? Is this an alliance with the outcomes you want and the time and money investment you want to make? It's that simple. It's either a yes or no, and somebody's got to think about it. Okay, think about it for 2 hours, but don't think about it with your lack consciousness. If you want to move the mark and make the money and get new outcomes, you have to do something different. And my product or service will absolutely solve your challenge and solve your problem. And that's really what salespeople and entrepreneurs do, guys. We solve people's problems. So I hope that helps you. Don't ever worry about being pushy. Don't worry about selling. Share your genius. Put your price point on it. Have your confidence and your clarity connection around it. And just enjoy the growth of your business, your income, your outcomes, your bank account, the joy you spread, the lives you touch, all the beauty and bliss that you're here to share with the world. So thanks so much. I'll see you soon.